Hello, true believers. Welcome to my channel, Mr. Miracle Comics. My name is Dave, and today I have 5 more undervalued books for us to take a look at. But first, let's talk about what just happened at D23, the big Disney con that happened over last weekend. So there was some streaming services announced. They also announced Black Panther 2. We got television streaming services for the She-Hulk. Really excited to see the She-Hulk. We got it for Moon Knight, and we got it for Ms. Marvel, which I'm also really excited to see. I quite like Kamala Khan as Ms. Marvel. I'm not a huge Moon Knight fan, but a lot of people are, so I'm sure that that show will be quite successful. Hopefully, you've got your Werewolf by Night 32 already if you're a big Moon Knight fan, because the price of that book is going to skyrocket. Same with this book, if you're a She-Hulk fan, the Captain Marvel first appearances, you could throw in there Point One, which is the first appearance of Kamala Khan as Ms. Marvel. So there's lots of great keys around all of those characters that we can be taking a look at over the next few weeks, trying to grab up what we can. I'm sure there's lots of stuff that have ballooned like crazy. Kit Harrison, they announced that he became the Black Knight, and I was looking on eBay, and literally while I was looking at eBay for a little while, about 10 copies of number 48, which is the first full appearance of the Black Knight, just disappeared off of eBay right there for around about $100. So people were really jumping on there trying to grab up those first appearances. You want 47 and 48 for that one if you're interested in getting the Black Knight's first appearance. But I fully expect to see that book on the CBSI top 10 list or Comic Tom's top 10 list coming up right away, because man, they were just going like hotcakes right after the announcement that Kit Harrison was going to be the Black Knight. And we did get to see a lot more of the Eternals, right, which was really great. We had the whole cast there. We got to see who's playing what characters, so we know which characters, the main ones anyway, that are going to be in the Eternals movie. We also got some kind of animation screenshots of what the Celestials might be looking like in the movie. Looked pretty awesome to me. And well, we'll use that as a segue into our first comic book for today, because like I said, I don't like to rant for too long about stuff. I was just really excited about what happened at D23. It's nice to have a date for Black Panther 2. We all knew that one was coming. But anyways, speaking of the Celestials, it brings us to our first book, which is from 2017, and it's Marvel Legacy #1. And this has a first appearance of an Eternal in it. Right? So this book is not hard to find. It was a pretty high print run for a modern print run. There are several, multiple variant covers for this book, but it does have the first appearance of a Celestial called, and I gotta try and read this one, Zagreb the Aspirant. Anyways, he's also called the Fallen, right? And there's a storyline behind him that kind of retcons the Celestials' involvement with Earth and mutants and stuff. So that might be the storyline that they pick up on. And, you know, I don't want to spoil the book, but I'll spoil it a little bit, that one of the Celestials was buried, and then on Earth at the North Pole, he came to Earth to find him, also was killed and buried on Earth. And it was the toxic fluids coming out of these dead Celestials into our planet that caused the mutations. Possibly they're going to use that storyline. Possibly they'll make up something else. Possibly they'll use the one from What If number 23. Right? So all of these books, though, are pretty cheap. So we can grab up that storyline as well as a Celestial first appearance. I'm going to try and get it, all the Celestial first appearances that I can before that Eternals movie hits theaters. Right? The moment that they have a real trailer with real Celestials in it, you're going to see all of those Celestial books starting to take a jump, right? We've already seen the Eternals taking a jump. Now, for sure, we know the Celestials are going to be in it. They're going to take a jump as well, right? Eternals #2, their first appearance, is definitely taking a jump already. But this is a great book. Easily find this book for cover price or less, right? I found it in dollar bins. I found it, in back bins of LCSs for the cover price and stuff like that. Not a hard book to find, but definitely something you can pick up for, I think it was a $3.99 cover price, so around the $4 mark, in mint condition, because it is a brand new book. And yeah, you might snag yourself a little first appearance of a Celestial. This will never be a super hot book because it does have quite a high print run to it. But 2017, Marvel Legacy #1, first appearance of the Fallen, a Celestial. Look to pay cover price or less for mint condition copy of this book. Excellent. So we also know that the MCU is going cosmic. I mean, you see the Celestials in that little, screenshot or whatever they were doing at D23. We immediately know, confirmed, everything's going Celestial. Kevin Feige said they're going Celestial. So I'm picking up Celestial characters as well, or cosmic, sorry, not Celestial, cosmic characters. Um, everything's going cosmic. Cosmic storylines, cosmic people here, cosmic there. Sorry, I misspoke when I said Celestials. But so I'm collecting up as many cosmic characters as I possibly can. And one of the characters that I picked up, her first appearance is an Iron Man number 54 from 1973, and that is the first appearance of Moondragon. Right. So Moondragon is a good shot at becoming an MCU character, in my opinion. She has so many ties to everything that they're doing in the MCU so far. Right? She was raised on Titan. That's where Thanos was from. She's the daughter of Drax. She was affiliated with the Avengers. She has ties to Korvac. She's affiliated with the Defenders, who are a different team that might show up in the MCU. She was part of the Infinity Watch. She's ties with Adam Warlock. She's ties to Annihilation. She has ties to Guardians of the Galaxy. She's a gay character. She's a cosmic character. She has so much potential to be in the MCU. There's so many links that can link back Moondragon to a Guardians movie, to an Adam Warlock kind of tie-in, even to the Eternals, because the Titans were Eternals as well. She has psionic powers, and you can find her book. I found this one, which is a fairly decent. I'd give it a 4 mid-grade copy that I found for $30. Right, so that's kind of the range you're looking at. 30, maybe $35 for a mid-grade copy. Look to pay quite a bit more for mint copies. I've already kind of taken a jump, like we've talked about before. When those first high-grade copies jump off, it takes a little while, but all of a sudden the mid-grade copies will spring as those high-grade copies get sold out. So you can still find this book 30, maybe $40 if you're don't have a very good price on it. You'd be lucky if you could find it for under the $30 mark. And I still think that if Moondragon shows up, this book, the one right before Thanos, and they do refer to Thanos in this story as well. The whole reason that Moondragon comes to Earth is to figure out a way to stop Thanos. And yeah, I really think that this book could see quite a bit more of a jump from there. And yeah, so from 1973, Iron Man number 54, first appearance of Moondragon. All right. So, speaking of Moondragon, we might as well hit on this guy as well. And it is from 1974. Ooh, no, it's from 1973 as well. And it is Daredevil and the Black Widow number 105, which there's a little bit of old price tag on the cover there. This is actually a really nice copy of it. Sorry. Daredevil number 105 from 1973. And this has Moondragon's origin story in it. Okay. This is the book. She originally kind of came on Earth calling herself Madam McEvil, which is kind of a weird name. And in this storyline, she changes her name to Moondragon. Or reveals her true name to be Moondragon. But this has her origin story in it. I found this, near mint Bronze Age copy of this book for $20, and you can easily, I did buy this a little bit ago, but if you're looking for her origin story, look to pay between $20 and $30 for a really nice copy, a higher grade copy of Daredevil number 105. again, if Moondragon does show up in the MCU, and like we've just talked about, she has lots of reasons to, see her origin story go up. You know, I'm a firm believer in second appearances, in origin stories, that, you know, people just, they catch on to them a little bit later, right? They always want that first appearance first, or that first issue first, and later they're like, oh, let me get all the associated keys with it, and then this book should see a nice rise if Moondragon shows up into the MCU. All right, so let's keep with Daredevil. See, nice segues into each of these ones. And I am going to bring up this book, which is the second appearance of Wolverine, and it's not 181. The second appearance of Wolverine happens in Daredevil number 115 from 1974. All right. So don't get all bent out of shape and thinking that your 181 is not the second appearance, right? Or that it's only just the first full appearance. Because this appearance, I'm going to take the tape right off because I don't like that. No tape pulls, please. It's so easy just to pull the tape right off the bag to avoid that. And I should have marked it, but anyways, let's take a quick look at Wolverine's second appearance. Dun dun dun. All right, so there is an advertisement for The Incredible Hulk number 181. And I found this book, and it's a decent mid-grade copy, but I found it for $5 at a show that was here. And I went online and I looked, and generally you can find it for the $10 to $15 range in a mid-grade copy. And, you know, if you're looking for a high-grade copy, probably the $30, $40 range. But people are starting to realize this is a really early appearance of Wolverine. Now, do we count an advertisement as an appearance of a character? I mean, there he is. He's in the book. He's not part of the story. But there's lots of cameo appearances where they're not a part of the story. They're just something, a shadow in the background. Oh, this is a debatable one for sure, right? So this also leads us to our next book on the list. So this is Daredevil number 115 from 1974. Look to pay somewhere between 10 to 20 for a mid-grade copy, 20 to 40 for a higher grade copy, and mint condition copies can go for quite a bit of money, but that's Bronze Age mint condition copies of anything if you get her slabbed and stuff. And this book also leads into this book, which is Thor number 229, which is also from 1974, which is also from November of 1974. And this also has a second appearance of Wolverine in it that predates 181. Now, I just couldn't find which of these two came out first in November, whether they came out on the same week or whether this one was first and this one was next. A lot of people seem to think that this one came out first. A lot of people seem to think this one came out first. I don't know. I don't know where to find that information on the internet. Maybe I'm just not internet savvy enough to figure out which one of these two. So if anybody who's viewing this can figure out which one of these came out first, did they come out on the same week? There's also a third book, which I don't own, but I think, you know, if I come across it, I will definitely buy it. And that is Marvel Premiere number 19. One of the Iron Fist issues also has this advertisement for Hulk 181 that predates the release of Hulk 181. So there's 3 books with that advertisement in it, and I'm not sure which of the 3 came first. So Marvel Premiere 19 from 1974 would also be considered an undervalued book. It does have a first appearance of a character called Colleen Wing, who might have ties back to Shang-Chi. So Marvel Premiere has seen just, people asking a lot. I don't think it's very much on people's radar yet to have a big spike in that book. But it might be worth picking up if you're at a show or find it at LCS or something for a decent price. Marvel Premiere number 19, as well as these two books, which also have advertisement appearances of Wolverine that predate Hulk 181. They don't predate 180, and there was no advertisements for Hulk 180. But these two, I should have left it out, sorry. But yeah, it's advertised. The Wolverine, is he the Hulk's most deadliest new villain, or a new hero, right? That kind of thing. So I don't even know if they had decided what Wolverine was actually going to be. However, I think, picking up these books, I picked up this one at a local comic show, and I paid $15 for this Thor, and it's okay. It's not the best condition, but generally when you're buying off like a comic show, some guys are a little more overpriced. He was a little more overpriced, but it was the only place that I found this book, and I hit on it right away. I was like, yeah, I know there's a Wolverine appearance or something about that book, and when I bought it, I saw the advertisement. That show happened like 3 weeks ago that I bought this one, and then I found the Daredevil, so I decided to put them in my show here. Anyways, you can find this book, higher grade copies. People are starting to again know that it's a appearance of Wolverine that predates 181, so they're asking a little more, but a lot of people still don't know that this is in here, and you can easily find this book on eBay for around the $30 range. Okay, which is pretty typical of a Bronze Age Thor. Anyways, Thor is a very popular character. One thing to note about these two books, they both have Marvel value stamps in them, right? So make sure you're getting the value stamp still intact when you buy this book, if you want to buy either one of them, as well as Marvel Premiere 19 also has a value stamp, so take a look for that if you're going to go and buy that book. But yeah, so in my opinion, it's an advertising appearance is right below a cameo appearance. It's still an appearance, but it's not a full appearance in any way that you can count like that. However, everything Wolverine is so red hot right now. It's obvious they've talked about the X-Men coming to the MCU. If you're gonna have the X-Men, you're gonna start with your leading man, right? And it's gonna be Wolverine. We're gonna see, we're gonna see Wolverine. I've heard that Storm is gonna be in Black Panther 2. So there you go with your giant-sized X-Men #1, Storm's first appearance. But she's not gonna be Storm. She's gonna be Aurora, right? And somewhere in Wakanda with it. Makes sense in a way. But we're gonna start seeing those little X-Men appearances start showing up. And then later on, we'll have a movie. Just like we saw a little appearance of Monica Rambeau in Captain Marvel. But of course, Captain Marvel was a long time ago, so in current MCU years, Monica is a full-grown woman who becomes Captain Marvel, not the Captain Marvel, but she also becomes Spectrum, right? And is a member of the Ultimates. So the Ultimates are, setting up. Young Avengers are possibly setting up. The Defenders are possibly setting up. The Infinity Watch is possibly setting up. Young Avengers is that one. Ultimates, Thunderbolts, all these different team appearances. Man, I should just do a show about team appearances that are possible. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling for today. Those are our 5 books for this week. My name is Dave. I'll see you next video. I'll see you next Wednesday. And just remember, Wednesdays might be New Comic Book Day, but every day is Old Comic Book Day. My name is Dave. Have a good week.